Miss Madam.
Hema was chatting with the neighbors in the street when Hema heard someone screaming from inside the house. Hema had come inside the house to see that. Only then, the gas started burning on its own. Rajni was still crying, sitting in the corner, and Mohit was laughing while feeding Chhotu. Hema immediately ran and turned off the gas and told Rajni.
You are not ashamed, even after so much beating, you turned on the gas.
Mohit said on this.
Sister has not done anything. The stove burns on its own, and even today it burns on its own.
Hearing the words of the children, Hema's senses were blown away. She told her husband Shinde about the incident.
You hear, there is a ghost in the house, Rajni's father. Today the gas stove was turned on automatically.
Listening to Hema, Shinde spoke.
There is no ghost, it is all a matter of the mind.
Then, he turns off the lights and puts everyone to sleep. Shinde's eyes were not closed properly when he felt as if a person is lying by his side. He looks backward, but Shinde does not see anyone. He took it as his hallucination and once again lay down straight. Only then he felt as if someone was sitting on his chest and pressing his neck. Shinde got up and sat down, sobbing. He was out of breath. But, as soon as he saw his child and wife sleeping safely, he breathed a sigh of relief. Shinde had just gone to drink the water that was forced by thirst, when the sound of rattle of utensils was heard from the next room.
Looks like someone is cooking.
Shinde immediately ran to turn on the light, and saw that the rats had created a ruckus on the pot. Shinde turned off the lights back and went to sleep. The next day in the evening, the children had returned home after playing. Hema was busy doing the housework. Shinde was in a hurry to go to the printing press. He took his lunchbox and went to the printing press on his bicycle. At present, only Shinde's wife Hema and children were in the house. Mohit is talking to someone by clinging to the wall, and Rajni sitting nearby was lost in books, busy in studies. That suddenly, Mohit started talking very loudly, and then the very next moment, he started crying after roaring. Hearing the sound of Mohit crying, Hema spoke while scolding Rajni when she came into the room.
Why did you beat him? When you don't get along with your sister, why don't you sit separately?
Saying this, Hema grabbed Rajni's ponytail and dragged her to her room.
Mom, I did not hit Mohit.
If you didn't hit him, did the ghost hit him?
Hema had come back inside the room, scolding Rajni that the gas stove had once again started burning on its own. Seeing this, Hema jumped and turned off the gas. Then once again, the sound of Mohit's crying came from the other room. As soon as Hema heard Mohit's voice, he went to see him. When Hema saw him, every hair of his body was trembling with fear. Mohit was wailing in the air, as if someone is pressing Mohit's throat in the middle of the air. Seeing this, Hema cried out loud. Hearing the scream, Mohit also fell down at once. Hema did not see it. She immediately came out of the house, taking her children along with her, and started screaming and telling everyone.
There's a ghost in my house. He was beating my Mohit. Somebody help us.
Hema spends the whole night outside in fear. In the morning when Shinde comes home, and is shocked to see the wife and the children sitting outside the house. After knowing the matter, Shinde, after understanding everyone, brings them back inside the house. It is 10 o'clock in the night. Shinde has gone to the printing press with his lunchbox. Shinde's wife Hema was resting at home with children. The night was now on its boom. It was almost 12 o'clock in the night. Everyone was sleeping soundly. When Mohit's eyes opened, he saw his mother, flying high in the air, right in front of his eyes. And all the bones of his body are getting stiff on their own. Seeing this, Mohit started screaming. Hearing Mohit's scream, Rajni also woke up. She also saw what Mohit was already seeing. Rajni started shivering out of fear. But somehow, with courage, Rajni binds Mohit and Chhotu along with her and runs out of the house. Tonight, again, the children spent the night outside the house. When an uncle of the neighborhood saw the children chilling at night, he gave courage to the children and brought them inside their house. When the children came inside the house, they saw their mother Hema sleeping peacefully on the bed. Seeing the mother in good health, the child fell asleep with the mother. When Shinde came home the next morning, the children told their father about Hema's flying in the air. But Shinde started laughing after listening to the children. Shinde said jokingly,
Yes, your mother is a monkey, she can climb anywhere.
Mohit was still innocent, so he also asked, yes, meeting his father's yes.
Really, Dad? But how do you know?
On Mohit's asking, Shinde started telling him a concocted story. Today was Sunday. Shinde has a press holiday. So Shinde also sat down to have dinner with his family today. After a while, Shinde's wife came with food. But Hema had just started serving the food. One by one, all the utensils got empty. All the food had disappeared. Then the very next moment, first the pot, then the cooker, then the cauldron, then the pan, started flying in the air, one by one. Shinde was trembling with fear, seeing the utensils flying in the air. Then, a woman, burning in the fire, passed through the front, and went through the window of the room. When Shinde looked out of the window in fear, he could not see anyone. Shinde had come out of the house, along with his wife and children. Everyone was trembling with fear. The only question reverberating in everyone's mind was whether what they had just seen was true or just a myth. When the neighbors came to know about this incident, the neighbors put the whole story in front of Shinde.
Shinde, sir, you are living in this house. This house is haunted, so you got it at such a low price. We are in the locality for a long time. The house was empty for 10 years. Even before this, all the people who came all died, either went mad or ran away. God's grace is on you that you are still alive.
After listening to the neighbor, Shinde said,
So what do I do now?
Neighbors on this, they say with consolation,
Shinde, don't you worry. There is a very big pedest in Nashik. All the big directors of the film industry are his disciples. He decides the time and release date of all the films.
Shinde spoke after listening to the neighbors.
But I don't have that much money. I bought this house with the money I had.
Shinde, don't worry about money. The printing press in which you work, his owner is also his disciple.
When Shinde reached Pietist the next day, Pietist said on seeing Shinde,
You have come. Have you not finished your revenge yet?
Shinde was shocked hearing the talk of Pietist.
Pietist, I am a man. Why are you talking to me like this?
I am not talking to you, Shinde. I am talking to the one who has brought you here.
When asked by Shinde, Pietist said, looking behind Shinde. When Shinde also followed Pietist's eyes, he could see no one except the darkness.
But Pietist, who are you talking to? No one is behind me. And I have come to you alone. That too with the problem of my house. Somebody in my house.
Before Shinde completes his talk, Pietist said,
There is a shadow of a ghost in your house. Is this what you want to say?
Shinde became silent after hearing Pietist words. He had no idea that Pietist would know his problem in advance. On hearing the words of Masan Baba, Shinde was humbled.
Pietist, you know everything. Just get my family out of this trouble as soon as possible.
Pietist said on this,
Why have you come to me, now asking for help, when you had to do your duty? Then you saw the greed. Now that it's on your life, you have come to me to plead. Go, I won't help you, go die.
Shinde was heartbroken after hearing the words of Pietist. He could not understand even a single word of Pietist.
Pietist, what are you saying? When did I not fulfill my duty? And what greed are you talking about?
On this, Pietist closed his eyes and started reciting some mantras, then lifted the ghost in his hand and blew it in the air. Ashes took the form of a face as soon as he went into the air, whom Shinde knew well. Shinde felt shivers on seeing that face. That's all he said with that face.
Madam, you.
Yes, Shinde, I am your madam. Why are you scared now? That day, when you had to help me, then you hide for fear of your life.
Madam told Shinde and lift him up in the air. Then Shinde said,
I'm sorry, madam. I was scared. I was newly married. And why are you punishing me for 10 years old mistake now?
While Shinde was talking to Madam's soul, Madam saw a glance at Pietist. There was a gesture in Madam's eyes, which Pietist understood immediately. Pietist once again chanted the mantras and blew it into the air with his hand in hand. Shinde started seeing his home as soon as ashes was flying in the air. His wife Hema and his children were watching him in front of their eyes. Seeing whom Shinde was now beginning to feel something untoward. But before Shinde says something, Madam immediately with her magic lifted all the members of Shinde's family up in the air. And the very next moment, all the things in the house started cutting the body of Shinde's family. Their painful screams could also be heard clearly. But he was completely incapable. He was not able to do anything, even after wanting, and right in front of his eyes, all the people of his family were going to sleep forever in the lap of death. Then Shinde shouted,
Okay, madam. Forgive me, I confess my crime. I gave your address to your drunken husband, told him that you are alone in your guest house in Nashik, and I also knew that your husband was looking for you, just to kill you. For which, your husband also gave me 2 millions. It's just the truth that I've been burying inside my heart for years. Now, you know the truth. So kill me and complete your revenge by killing me, but leave my family alive.
Hearing Shinde's words,
You know that you had left billions of people to starve to death by getting me killed in the affair of only 2 millions. I was the only child of my father. Billions of people were fed because of my mills and factories. You left the city fearing for your life. But what about those who died while they were alive?
Shinde was silent after listening to Madam. Knowing the reality, he was now disgusted with himself. Then Pietist said,
Hurry, whatever you have to do. We have very little time.
What to do? Send him to his family.
Saying this, Madam started laughing, and behind him, Pietist too. Shinde understood. that something very bad was definitely going to happen to him. Shinde was still swinging in the air. And right in front of his eyes, his family sat in a corner of the house, wiping their blood, remembering Shinde. Seeing his family weeping, Shinde immediately started waving his hands in the air to get away from Madam and Pietist. When Madam and Pietist started reciting the mantras together, and the very next moment Shinde started screaming, and swiftly through the door made by the ashes, went to his family.
Look, my children, I have arrived safely. Now nothing will happen to you guys.
Saying this, Shinde was about to hug his children, when Mohit said,
Mom, when will Dad come? I am very scared. Don't know, since we have come to this house, everything is going wrong.
Then said Rajni.
Yes, Mother, if Father comes, say we are leaving this house. But we won't stay in this house.
Seeing Mohit and Rajni talking in front of him, Shinde said angrily,
What are you two talking about? Children, your father is in front of your eyes. Look, I'm right in front of your eyes. Hema, you say something? Hema. Hey, what a dirty joke you guys are making.
Shinde was just speaking. That's when Mohit stood up and went out of the room, passing through Shinde. Seeing Mohit crossing himself, Shinde understood that only his soul had come home through that path by ashes, not his body. Shinde knew in a jiffy that he's gone from dead to alive. Now he too started crying, sitting in the other corner of the house along with his family. He could not even wish that he would never come home again. It took time, but Shinde got the punishment for his deeds, and among the millions of dispossessed families, now one family belonged to Shinde too. The neighbor who had advised Shinde to go to Pietist was actually an employee of Madam, who helped him in completing Madam's revenge, had helped her